Hello, everyone. We are live. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to have you here today for our new members presentations. Idea is very simple. We got new members joining the BGA recently, and we are very happy to introduce them to you. Obviously, we're gonna give them some time to introduce who they are and what they do with the presentation, and some of them will be willing as well to show some of the game they are building. So yeah, welcome everyone. And without any further ado, we're going to start with Antonio from Crown Chaser. Antonio, if you're ready, the stage is yours.
Hello, everybody. My name is Antonio. I'm the CEO and founder of Incantum Games. Before start talking about Crown Chaser, let's have a look at the taser. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. We have made this little introduction for the BGA community. So before talking about Crown Chaser, let me give you an preview about who we are. We are Incantum Games. Incantum Games is a video game studio based in Estonia. We're a team of 13 professionals with different expertise, but we have the same passion for video games. Eh, Crown Chaser, it's a multiplayer, player versus player tower defense game. Players have to destroy the opponent tower in order to win the match. Every game has a timer, so the player who destroy the most opponent tower win the match. In order to start playing Crown Chaser, the player need a deck of 8 cards. Cards come in 4 kind of rarity, and the difference between rarities will be based on their bonus. A higher rarity level does not imply any advantage in gameplay. So that means that our game it's not pay to win. In order to get cards, there are two options. One from the marketplace, or players can buy card packs. Card packs come in 4 different sides, and each sides contain 5 cards. It's possible to obtain the same card in different rarity. As an example, here we can see the Archer, and every characters, every NFTs is available in all the 4 kind of rarity. Cards with a rarity level of rare and higher are NFT stored in the blockchain, and cards have limited supply. What does it mean that cards have limited supply? Well, in our game there will be season. Season will last different months. With every new season, there will be new additional things like new features, new game mode, new arena, and new heroes. Everything you are going to see in this presentation are the season 1 heroes or cards. They will be replaced by the season 2 cards whenever we are going to release them. The only way to get a past season hero is through the marketplace from other players, because those heroes will not be anymore available inside the card pack. Um, Even if the cards has a maximum supply, this number won't be the same forever, because in order to make the cards more challenging and more powerful, players has to upgrade those cards. In order to upgrade cards, 3 things are required. two cards of the same level, the Crown Utility Coin and the Crown Precious Gem. When a player merge two cards of the same level, the outcome will be one card of one level higher. And the two cards that have been used inside this process will be burned, forever removed from the supply. So over time, the number of cards available will be less, and this will make the value of each card increasing over time. Also, we have an energy system where every player has a daily energy allowance of 20 energy that he can spend inside the game. And if the player has energy, every time he win a match, he's going to earn crown utility coin, he's going to earn crowns and experience. If a player run out of energy, he can still play the game and he's going to earn only crowns. Additionally, if the player wants, he can purchase energy booster, so he can refill his daily energies. Crowns are the way for a player to rank or the rank from the leagues. The higher a player is playing on a league, the better winning bonus he will have. Player can earn or lose crowns by winning or losing match. A Crown Chaser has a dual tokenomic approach. We have the Crown Precious Gem, which is the DAO token and the governance token of the project. And then we have the Crown Utility Coin, which is the utility token where the players are going to earn from every match that they are going to win. The Crown Precious Gem is also possible to obtain inside the game with specific events. Here we can have a look to our game loop and ecosystem. Everything starts with a match. So there are different conditions. Let's say the player has energy and win the match. He's going to earn crown utility coins that he can use to upgrade cards and be more competitive. And of course, since cards has fees, some of those fees go in the community treasure, and the CPG holder control the community treasure. Here there is an overview about the CPG supply, the Crown Precious Gem supply. There will be in total 500 million tokens, and currently we are going to start the seed sale soon. So if there are investors interested, get in touch with us to know more about the project. We have seen how Crown Chaser works and what do you need in order to start playing. Actually, how much a player is going to earn from each game, it's different, and it's based on those three bonuses or factors. The first one is the deck rarity. Deck rarity is an average of the card rarity available in the player's deck. Number of crown determines the league bracket that the player is playing on. So a higher league means a higher winning bonus. And the third one is guild level. Since Crown Chaser is a social game, we have some social aspect inside the game. One of them are the guilds. Guild member can collaborate together to complete and finish some quest. When they finish the quest, they can upgrade the guild level because guilds will have level. When this happen, the guilds and the guilds member unlock some new perks. One of them is about the guild can host more players, so it can grow actually. And the second one is the winning bonus. Also, the owners of those guilds will be able to design and transfer decks to the members, creating a sort of scholarship system. Actually, Crown Chaser is both free to play and play to earn. It's free to play because we have 4 different packs available, and the first one, the basic one, is free. So if players who are interested to try out the game, they can do it freely, and then they can decide the next steps, so they can try out the game. It's play and earn because players, every time they win a match, they are going to get rewarded with the CUC tokens. This is our roadmap. To be honest with you, we have accomplished more than what you see here, but phase one has been full delivered completed. Um, we have a game prototype full developed and ready to go. And currently, we are going to start the Crown Precious Gem seed sale. So again, if there are investors interested to collaborate with us, don't be shy and drop us a message. Then we have a gift to the BGA Blockchain Game Alliance community, which is an airdrop. So we are going to give for free a rare card pack composed of 5 NFT cards. In order to participate to this airdrop, you have to scan the QR code that will redirect you to our Discord. Inside our Discord, there is the pick rules section to become a member, and from there follow instruction to be part of the airdrop and to obtain those free NFTs. Lastly, this is our website, crownchaser.com. This is our email. This is the airdrop QR to receive the airdrop, to join the airdrop. Thank you for your time. I'm ready for your question, if any.
Yeah, thank you very much, Antonio. Thank you also for the airdrop and for this possibility for the BGA community to capitalize on that wonderful idea. And actually, we know that it's a pleasure to have you in the BGA, and we talked about a little through weeks that you are in the BGA, and I'm very excited by the game, really excited by the beta. So I'm sure that we will have the opportunity through our demo day when we let any kind of games to demo on live their games with NFT prices. I know that you will be a part of it. So yeah, thank you very much, Antonio.
Thank you so much.
So the next persons to join the BGA and the Blockchain Game Alliance community is Jack Wells from Ramp. Jack, if you're ready, the stage is yours.
Yeah, happy to. Check my presentation below. So thank you very much for having me on. I'm Jax. I'm the Chief Metaverse Officer at Ramp. So Ramp, we are a fiat on and on off ramp company. Our main focus is making sort of onboarding onto blockchain gaming much easier. We work with a number of very exciting partners like Axie Infinity, Sorare. We recently signed a contract with DeFi Kingdom. And again, our focus is to make it super easy for people to onboard into blockchain games. So our, sorry, let me just get the slides up. Our main focus is on making sure that the user experience is seamless. So a lot of times when users are first entering into blockchain gaming, they first have to sort of set up their wallet, and they go to exchange, purchase the asset, move the asset off the exchanges onto their wallet before they can interact with games. What we do is we offer a solution that allows you to embed that functionality directly onto your application. So if you're a mobile game developer, or if you're like Crown Chaser and you want to have users to jump in the game right away, they could do that directly by integrating our widget into the game. So again, the users don't have to go back and forth before they could play a game. And gamers are not very patient people. I know personally I'm not. I just want to jump in the game, get started, have some fun. Another big advantage of using Ramp is that we are solidly compliant. We are registered in the UK with the SCA as a crypto assets business, and we have registrations in the US that allows us to sort of operate cryptocurrency asset businesses. And again, we are competing on the user experience front, but also on sort of the cost front. We are cheaper, better, and faster than all competitors. So again, just making sure that on-ramping and getting that user into the ecosystem as fast and simple as possible. So we support a number of payment methods. So that's credit cards like MasterCard, Visa. We also support Apple Pay as well as bank transfers. We're also going to support a number of local payment options. So again, it's just to make it, we want to let users feel comfortable using their payment method of choice to interact with these games. So this is what I'll focus on. We're also focused on adding local currency payment option so that anyone from anywhere could have an easy access entry into these blockchain games. Speaking of anyone from everywhere, we have a wide coverage around the world. So we are solidly, as you can see here, the white parts of the map are the areas that we cover, with a few notable exceptions of China and Japan. China obviously has banned all cryptocurrency as of today, and Japan requires a license to operate, which is another part of our legal efforts to get licensed in Japan, so we can offer our Japanese users our services. And Japan is a huge gaming market, as I'm sure you all know. So that's another part of our key focus. But we want to make sure that when we go into these markets, that we're able to offer you a service that's reliable, meaning that you won't have any issues with regulatory compliance when you're using our service or when your users are using our service. We support a number of assets on the RAM widget. A lot of games, for sure, I know have their own in-game tokens, so we work very hard to support those in-game tokens. So, for example, one of our biggest partner, Axie Infinity, has SLP, and we support SLP. We also support the Ronin token, as well as a number of game assets like ASS, also for Axie Infinity. We support a variety of different blockchains, so it doesn't matter which game you're building your blockchain on, we will be able to support the assets on those blockchains. Recently launched again with Axie Infinity, DeFi Kingdom. They have recently launched their subnet on Avalanche, and we're working with Avalanche to make sure that the users who are interested in playing onboarding onto DeFi Kingdom can have very easy access directly onto the Avalanche subnet that they're running. We're also available on a number of layer 2 solutions. So again, doesn't matter which blockchain you're building on, we could make sure that your user be able to onboard onto your games very easily and directly. And our latest addition actually is another member of the BGA here today, Zilliqa. So we recently added support for Zil. So I'm very excited to hear what they have to, sort of present and hear about their gaming ecosystem as well. Some of the new features we've been working on after we're talking a lot with our game partners is sort of cash out. So that's a feature that's coming we're gonna roll in the coming months. So that's going to allow you to take all your play to earn games. So again, if you were playing Crown Chaser, you earn a little bit of currency, you could directly cash that out into your bank account. Another feature that we're working on right now is fiat to crypto, fiat to NFT. Again, lower that barrier to entry. Instead of having to purchase crypto and then using that crypto to purchase NFT, will allow you to purchase NFT directly with your credit card. So that's another very exciting feature to work on, and we're hoping to roll out in about 2 months. We offer a number of customizations, so whatever your interface might be, we want to make sure that our widget, our service does not break that user experience. So we keep the optimization option very great, and this actually we're working on a very secret project that's gonna bring RAMP into the metaverse. I won't spill too much beans right now, but it's gonna take a form of a machine that handles money in the real world and bring that concept into the metaverse space. So we're super excited about that. We also help game developers monetize this solution if they do want to monetize the solution and they want to, charge a small fee on top to sort of better monetize the product. There's a lot of free play earn games, and that's great. But obviously, to run a sustainable business, you got to think about your revenue sources, and RAM allows you to do that. So you can add a small fee on top of our service, and that would go directly to you, the game developer. And again, I already talked about this in the beginning. We are solidly compliant. We are registered with FCA. We have MSB license with the FinCEN in the US. So whenever you decide to enter a partnership with us, you could be 100% sure that you will not have any legal or regulatory issues with our service. We actually did a study case. I'm not going to go on too much. I know I'm sort of taking over a little bit too much time, but we have done a study case with Axie Infinity about how we sort of onboarded over $100 million in volume to the game, cut down their onboarding time by 90%, as well as saved them 63% 3% of fewer clicks. And I was personally the one clicking through all the steps, so I could tell you exactly how much easier that has made onboarding onto the game is. So here's a number of our great partners. So some names on there you might recognize: So Rare, Axie Infinity, Ledger, Exodus, Mozilla, Pegasi is our latest edition as well. So we're constantly looking to expand our ecosystem to bring out to our users, looking for exciting games that we could showcase to our users. So if this is something that you're interested in and you're building a game, do get in touch with us at gaming@ram.network, gaming@ram.network, or you can reach me personally at jax@ram.network. That's all, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Jack. Thank you for the presentations. Very happy to have you. I actually discovered what you do through our meetings where we see each other for the first time in Lisbon. And actually, I figured out that already used the tool when I first started being interested in the blockchain gaming sphere with Sorare. So actually, I already use your tool once I was a beginner. So it's a pleasure to have you, and yeah, it's going to be great to have you in the BGA. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So the next speakers will be from Zilliqa, and I know that in the audience we got a lot of people waiting for that. So yes, Tom and Valentin, the stage is yours. So whenever you want.
Thanks, Flav, and yeah, quick shout out to any Zillicans in the audience. I can see you in the chat, so thanks for joining, and it's really great to be here, speaking to the BGA community. So thanks for having us. We'll just start with some intros about me and Valentin, and then we'll go into a bit of information about Zilliqa and what we're doing in the gaming space. So I'll start with me. So my background is actually in sports and entertainment. So I led that sector for IBM in the UK for about 5 years. I got interested in crypto about the same time, back in 2017, as a lot of people did. And then the explosion in NFTs and subsequently blockchain games in the last couple of years has really convinced me that the next exponential growth in crypto users is clearly going to come from the sports and entertainment vertical. And so I'm now leading business development in gaming for Zilliqa. And ultimately, it's my job to get the partnerships in place and everything else we need to make Zilliqa a leading chain in the blockchain gaming space. So, Valentin, do you want to introduce yourself, and then we'll go into some more details?
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me in this call. My name is Valentin Covela. I'm the head of gaming technology here at Zilliqa. A bit about my background. I have been doing software for more than 20 years in either my own companies or in some corporations, mainly in the United States. I covered embedded and online related technologies. But in the past more than 5 years, I can say, have been into the gaming sector with major AAA gaming studios. Plus my very own adventure with my own gaming studio that had several gaming titles. And this adventure nicely ended with a cool exit somewhere in the fall of last year. And here at Zilliqa, I'm running the show in respect to the technologies we want to build around the gaming and so on. Thank you. Tom?
Thanks, Valentin. Yeah, so first of all, then let's tell you a little bit about Zilliqa itself for those of you who aren't familiar with us. So Zilliqa is a layer 1 blockchain protocol founded in Singapore back in 2017. Lots of applications already built on Zilliqa, over 35 million transactions processed to date. We're a fast chain, low cost, scalable. One of the first layer 1 chains to go live with sharding. And our design in general is very well suited to the demands of gaming, and that's why we're focused on this vertical. Blockchain fundamentals, obviously very important, but really what we want to talk about today is the three things that we think actually really differentiate us in this space and what are leading to our strategy around gaming. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the first two, and then I'll hand over to Valentin to focus on the third one. So first of all, esports. So we've already got partnerships with 3 esports teams, Ninjas in Pajamas, Mad Lions, and RRQ. And we've really only scratched the surface of the potential of these partnerships. The research that we've looked at shows a huge correlation between esports fans and those people that are interested in crypto or have bought some crypto. What that looks like in practice is generally people who own some Bitcoin, maybe some Ethereum, maybe they've purchased an NFT. What we want to do is use these partnerships to take those people on the next step down the crypto rabbit hole, obviously within the Zilliqa ecosystem. And so whether that's bringing them into our metaverse, playing a blockchain game, or some other activity on the Zilliqa chain. And then long term, our vision for the esports partnerships is that we'll have esports professional players and influencers streaming Zilliqa blockchain games. And we think that's going to be a really impactful way of onboarding non-crypto natives into our ecosystem. So all of our esports partners are also having their own cities built within Metapolis. Metapolis is the name of our metaverse. We're the first layer 1 to be building their own metaverse. And Sandra, our head of metaverse and NFTs, often talks about this as a new layer of engagement. And I really like that phrase, firstly, because it's got the word new in it. And I think to date, we've seen a lot of Web3 experiences that actually are just Web2 experiences repackaged, and there's no real value being added. And so really what we're trying to focus on here is creating new experiences that take advantage of the new medium of the metaverse. And then secondly, it's got the word engagement in it. So again, a lot of the experiences we're seeing today can be a bit of a gimmick. You go in, you walk around, you do something, but there's no real reason for you to come back day after day and repeat that experience or deepen that experience. And because we're building this metaverse ourselves, this gives us quite a unique opportunity to create what I'm trying to coin internally anyway as the Zilliqa meta game. And what I mean by this is that we'll be able to put the processes in place to incentivize repeat and deepening engagement across all of the Zilliqa ecosystem, whether that's rewards for playing a game, whether it's rewards for purchasing an NFT or some other experience. We want to build an end-to-end journey that provides a holistic experience across the ecosystem. And I think this sets us up very well to do that. What these two pillars mean in terms of our focus and our strategy is that in a nutshell, we're going to be going for games with a competitive element. So these games are going to appeal to esports fans, and they're going to encourage fans to keep coming back again and again and again. We've seen in recent weeks how there are some challenges in the kind of first generation of play to earn economies and their sustainability. Our vision really is to create more of to be the win to earn chain, to create more of a environment where, yes, you can come and earn money, but only if you're good enough. And if you compete and you win well at the games you're playing, then sure, you'll get the rewards. So Valentin, would you like to take us through the technologies?
Yep, thank you, Tom. What I learned while in the gaming area is that in order to make great games, one needs great tools. So for that, we have already created our own software development kit. Currently, it's only for the Unity 3D graphical engine. We do consider Unreal, we do consider Godot, but based on the market movement and the requirements, Unity 3D is the to go as a first step in creating any tools. We're going to mature this version, this variant for Unity 3D, and then definitely we're going to go further on, as I said, with Unreal and Godot. This SDK is on top of our blockchain, is exposing all of our API functionalities that the blockchain has to offer. Even yesterday, we released the version 2.0, a major milestone for us, and we are preparing to add even more functionalities. And we consider that going like this, preparing all the tool set that any gaming studios, any developers needs is the proper way to do. Think about actually how all the other games, all the other gaming studios have been creating games. You have the tools, you have the team, then you go and create a game based on whatever plan and what the roadmap you create around that. And I think this is the way to go further on. Not only for, let's say, what it's now available on the market, but even for the soon to be there. And by the way, one more thing. Besides this SDK, stay tuned because we are preparing something huge. And this is going to be announced quite soon enough. Tom?
Thanks, Valentin. Yeah, we're at risk of doing an announcement, which I know is a popular thing to do. But yeah, we've certainly got a lot of exciting things happening. It's great to have Valentin on board. We're making some really, really quick progress in terms of the technology side on gaming, and we've also got lots of exciting conversations going on the partnership side. So watch this space. And then the final thing I just wanted to say was thank you. It's been really great to be part of this network already. It's been really, really useful for me to get to know you all. I was in Paris quite recently to meet up with many people who are part of the Alliance. And final thing to say is if you are a studio building a game that's looking for a chain to build on, if you are a chain that's already live but has a multi-chain strategy, or if you've got any questions, then please do reach out to Valentin or myself. You can get me on Telegram at Tom Fleetham. And I'm sure all the other usual places you'll be able to find me. I think I'm the only Tom at Zilliqa, so there you go. All right, thanks very much, and back to you, Flav.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for the presentation. Actually, it's very cool to have you on board with the BGA. As you mentioned, both of you, it's all about education in the BGA. We want to educate, obviously, all the developers and all the builders who want to build some blockchain games and have a lot of challenges based on which protocol and everything related to that. So obviously, what you do in Zilliqa in terms of technology will be very interesting for us to learn more and to provide some assistance. We are completely agnostic in a way. We communicate to that in the BGA and counting on experts as Valentin is and building something and documentation around it is really something we are really looking for. And the other things, as you said, Tom, it's also educations for the masses, and it will be through esports team. I'm completely agree with that. And we do have some guilds as well, a lot of guilds in the BGA. So yeah, it's going to be great to work together. So welcome to the BGA, guys. For the next speakers, I will let the stage to Dominic. Dominic, if you're ready, the stage is yours. Dominic, can you hear us? Yeah, okay. You're sharing the screen.
Yes,
okay.
yes. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Dominic Szopa. I'm CEO and co-founder of Anfata Games. We are building a game called Pirates of the Island that will be a pirate metaverse combining modern video game with blockchain. We have a company registered in Poland. Beside me, there is also another co-founder, Marcin, that is game developer and game designer producer. that has 10 years of experience building games. He has 2 games on Steam already published that sold in thousands of copies. I'm myself, I'm for last 12 years I was working as a backend developer for companies mainly from USA and Switzerland, and I'm in crypto space since 2017, and since 2 years I started to getting into blockchain on more technical side. We have a team around 10 people, which we are expanding right now. We have graphics, we have Unity programmers, we have level designers, musicians, narrative designers, front-end developers. So we are expanding. So we'll tell about our game. Our game will be divided into 2 parts. One, the first one is Tomb Raider like style of gameplay, where you collect things, solve puzzle, find some chests, and find some things that you can use in the game later on, because our core gameplay will be private islands where players will be building economy, like in economic games like Anno or Settlers. Those islands will be producing different resources, and players will be able to build things there. Each island could have its own marketplace, and players will be able to trade between themselves. In order to trade, they will need to travel there to be there actually. Islands will have different sizes. Here is simple example of the example of building a ship, that you need to have some trunk, you need to build sawmill, you need to have trunk, to have plank. Then you could build shipyard, and then you could build a ship that of course would be NFT. Island sizes will be different. The bigger the island, the more things you can build there, and the bigger ships you can build. We also have right now we already have a technical playable demo that I was showing and we have a collection of NFT pirates that will be characters in our game, and we'll have a RAM token that will be utility token, that will be deflationary, that will be burned in each transaction. Some parts in the transaction will be sent to the treasury pool, some parts to the staking pool. All rewards will be decreased over time because token has limited supply. We also will have in-game currency token that will be used for in order to trade with marketplaces, because islands will be producing resources, and the only way to trade with those marketplaces is through this token. And so this token will be minted if island has gold, and owner builds a mine there, use some RAM, have NFT pirate to operate, then he can over time mint some number of those coins. Our pirate holders and island owners will form some kind of DAO that will have votes and will be able to vote on important economic decisions in the ecosystem. So,
Dominic, sorry to interrupt,
yes,
but I don't know if you're willing to show the different slides because we are only in the first slides. Just
Really?
to be sure.
Really, I am moving the slides right now.
Okay, so we are just in the first. Actually, we don't. We
Oh,
only
really?
see the first one.
Really? Maybe I will.
Yeah, let's try again.
Okay, now I think will be better. Is it?
Yeah, let's try.
Now the slides are
okay,
moved.
we got it.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay. So I was this is our ecosystem of the RAM token. This is the in-game currency token I was telling about. This is I was telling about DAO that pirate holders and island owners will have votes and will be able to vote on important economic decisions like how many tokens are can be burned in each transaction. After 80% of the supply of the token is burned, then the burning process will be stopped automatically. And what else? This is our roadmap. At the moment, we are working on a demo version for our NFT holders, and we already made an application that is showing pirates and points we are giving for holding, and it will be possible to mint legendary items, NFTs, for those points. Did I do I have any time left?
Yeah, sure, you can.
Okay, so this is our roadmap. What else I can say? It will be possible to reproduce young pirates. Because we'll have also a collection of women pirates, and if someone has island, has RAM token, and the process take time, then it will be possible to reproduce young pirates. This will allow to enter the game to traditional players, because those young pirates should be cheap, because their number will be unlimited. Also, it will be possible to play the game for free by renting NFT characters. I think I used already the time, right?
Yes, thank you very much, Dominic.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Sorry for that at the beginning, but actually
Yes,
we got
yes,
through the other slides, so thank you. The last person to come to the stage is Felix Hartmann from Hartmann Capital. Felix, it's a pleasure to have you. You have the stage.
Hey guys, thank you so much, and thanks for everybody that presented so far. Really love what you guys are doing. Give me 1 second while I share my screen. Let's hope it works this time around. We should be good to go. Awesome. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
And is it moving? Just to make sure when we don't get stuck on
the
slide.
Yeah, it is moving. Awesome. Sure.
Awesome. Well, hello guys. Glad you guys are all joining. This one will be a little bit different from the others. Today we've had presentations that were, games themselves, some infrastructure plays, a layer one. We are a venture fund that focuses particularly only on investing in the metaverse. And my goal really today, more than anything, is to reach more founders that are building really cool stuff in the metaverse, in gaming and so forth, and tell you a little bit about like how we think, what we're looking for, and hopefully some of you that are out there building something cool, whether that's early stage like pre-seed to Series A, can reach out to us, and maybe we can work together and help you guys really turn your idea, your game, and so forth into reality. So to get started, first of all, like the term metaverse is so broad. I think there's a lot of people have different ideas, and particularly since it's called the Blockchain Gaming Alliance, not the Blockchain Metaverse Alliance, I do want to highlight that I think gaming has, like, before the term metaverse ever became popular, it's been gaming. We invested into decentralized gaming already years ago, like 2018, 2019, with stuff like Decentraland, right? Back then, we didn't call it metaverse, we called it decentralized gaming. And really, to me, what a metaverse is, if you wanted to use a different word that we're so used to from the past, it's things such as franchises, brands, right? Because when you think of, let's say, Harry Potter or Pokemon or Game of Thrones, these are worlds that don't really exist, but they're very vivid in our minds, right? And they exist in forms of games, movies, TV shows, collectibles, and so forth. Now, which is all compiling that into one bigger idea, which is the metaverse, so to say. And really what it becomes is a digitally native world, where all of these different items, from collectibles, shows, games, and so forth, that you can engage with and take it a whole step further, where there's land that you can build, that way you can, like, be part of that, take it a whole step further. Because to me, like, Metaverse 1.0, movies, video games, social networks, that was, centralized, siloed, and not community driven. What we're getting to now really is a community driven metaverse that is digitally native, meaning you have digitally native communities, you have digitally native commodities and goods, you have digital native hierarchies and values. And at the end of the day, even like in digitally native, laws of order and of nature, right? A lot of these open worlds can have completely different rules than what we're used to in base reality, what I call this right here. Because this is a lot shorter, I'm going to go a little bit quicker. The overarching idea here is that I think the 10-year opportunity is that the metaverse economy will be bigger than the physical world economy. Why? One simple example I can give is that when people spend Ethereum, for example, they spend it much easier, much faster, much more frictionless than they do in the physical world in cash, right? Just recently, people spent like $4,000, $5,000 in gas fees just to mint a plot of ape land virtually. And so I very much think that if we do go into full digitally native metaverse, not only do we tap into a lot more frictionless commerce, but also we're really expanding from this localized economies to where people in any country, any continent can partake the same way we are right now. So let me skip some of this real quick. Why I think now this is relevant. It's kind of this perfect storm, right? A lot of times people think, the metaverse, it might be a bubble, it might be hype. Same thing with like decentralized gaming. We've had a lot of breakout successes, so to say, like Axie with, billions of dollars in market cap. But the reality is, the reason that right now is such a pivotal time is because you have these multiple trends conversing at the same time. You have digitally native assets for the first time with a common standard, meaning ERC20, right? Now you can do something with them in DeFi, right? You can lend them, you can borrow them, you can, create liquid markets with them and exchange them. At the same time, DAOs, right? Neither DeFi nor DAOs were really well established 3 years ago, right? And now they are. Now it's very common that people set up a DAO themselves, where you can create create a virtual world, a metaverse, and let it govern itself. And then, of course, also you have NFTs, right? NFTs had a huge breakout point in the last 2 years, where now it's very common and normal that you say, hey, I can create a world, right? And then I can create the items within it with NFTs. And then I can have a flush economy with DeFi, and it can rule itself with DAOs, right? And so that's the crypto aspect to it. But really, and this is why I love the Blockchain Game Alliance, because, yes, it has a blockchain part to it, but gaming, to me, a whole nother super trend that's happening that I think too few people in crypto paying attention to is the advances in VR and AR. And I actually have it, I think, on the next slide. We can skip this one. You guys are familiar with the growth of DeFi and the growth of OpenSea. I mean, it's been insane, the kind of growth we've seen the last year. But in the shadow of it, VR has also seen massive growth. The Oculus headset is now one of the cheapest gaming consoles out there. You can get it for about $250, whereas in the past, it would cost you thousands of dollars to be able to access virtual reality. And so we've seen this constant climb, this constant growth in the total market of VR headset users on Steam. And some of the biggest shifts are even still ahead of us. You've got the Oculus Quest 3 coming out. You have the PSVR 2 coming out. You've got edge cloud computing happening. Because one of the big issues too is that to play a AAA game, right, you need a gaming computer. And a lot of the best gaming computers, they will run you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And that really prices a lot of people out, right? And so, how many people have a really expensive gaming computer and an Oculus headset and desire to play VR, right? Small. But now that you have, better headsets with better form factor, and you have edge cloud streaming where you're able to, access and play AAA games without needing that gaming computer because it's rendered in the cloud. That is, in my eyes, a massive, massive shift point for gaming, particularly when it comes to VR. And so what we're really doing here with Hartmann Metaverse Ventures, this is a fund. I've been running a crypto hedge fund for 4 years, but I said, look, I think the opportunity in gaming, in VR and Metaverse is so massive that I want to be able to play long-term games. I want to be able to back founders for years and years. And so that's why I created this. And essentially what I'm looking for, right, is plays in 3 different categories. Either 1, the decentralized Metaverse infrastructure, or 2, the digitally native content, or the digitally native creators and companies of the Metaverse. And last but not least, the access points, for example, like VR, AR. To give very specific examples, like what a unicorns have looked like, right? In infrastructure, you guys know OpenSea, Immutable X, right? Which is like the very scalable layer 2, where a lot of games like Gods Unchained are built. Some spaces, open worlds. What's content? Bored Apes, or guilds like Guild, Artifact, which recently got acquired. And then in immersion, because if the Metaverse and gaming is going to be this multi-trillion-dollar market opportunity, it's unthinkable to me that we will only access it through our phones, or that we only access it through web browsers, right? Because right now, almost all blockchain gaming is browser-based. We haven't even gone mobile. And when you remember, mobile was actually the moment where, the apps really took off, where Web 2 really took off. But I would take a step further and say that it's not going to stop with mobile. It is going to go the route of VR. And so we're looking for things that make it more immersive, like, for example, haptics. And so I actually made it very granular for you in case you're a founder out there. We go very broad. The kind of deals I want to back is pre-seed to Series A, right? So anything starting day 1 to anywhere up to 100 million valuation. After that, I can happily also introduce you to other funds that are focused on more like that, the ASICs and Zs of the world. But I think it's particularly important to really foster these early stage products, because that's when you need the most help. And so when it comes to infrastructure, what do I mean with infrastructure? Things like the obvious ones would be open worlds, right? It would be play to earn games. The less obvious ones are things like, for example, advanced NFT tooling, right? VR, AR creator tools, Metaverse builder tools. To give you a couple examples, in the past few months, we've talked to projects to do everything from, doing in-game economy, like automate in-game economies, to create AI-generated quests, to, really, I think around the user-generated content, there's a lot of really cool niche products that are currently being built. So I think that in particular is really interesting. On the content front, virtual land, digital fashion, PFP communities, of course, but maybe don't show me a PFP community because there's too many of those. Digital entertainment companies, game development studios, so guild esports teams, because I think even esports teams, we've talked to a few, that too is a sector that's still, compared to the NFL and NBA, they will likely leapfrog over most of them, but they're not priced at that level yet. So I think there too is a huge market still, where in the future, every city, will probably have their own esports team. And we're not there yet. It's generally only bigger ones, or not really city affiliated. And of course, last but not least, access points, haptics, spatial sound, mobile smart AR, right? Create computer interfaces. If you've ever watched, Black Mirror, or Ready Player One, the form factor in our visions of the future looks a lot different than what we have right now. So that too is something we're looking for. And to give you an example, because we're actively writing checks, some of the cool companies we've backed so far, some of them might be actually members of BGA. Red Pill VR, they do AAA virtual music performances. So if you're an artist, for example, right, and let's say you know the idea of 1,000 true fans. Now, all your 1,000 fans, they might not live in the same country, right? But if you can create a virtual music concert, right, and it's live actually. If you ever want to try it out, you can get the demo. It's, you know, AAA quality. Everything is interactive. Everything is engaging. So that's the kind of really cool stuff that we're looking for, where you actually have a live product. You're actually really passionate about the space, and you're a real builder. I'm just going to handpick one or two more to give an example. You know, XLab is a VR first-person shooter. They're doing their live beta in June, I believe. So, you know, they don't have a token yet. They have some NFTs, but it's not really integrated yet. So whether or not you have a token, equity, or NFTs, it doesn't really matter to me. At the end of the day, what I really care about is that you have a really quality product, a really quality game, that people would actually enjoy playing, because to me, the token is secondary. We can then help find a way to integrate a token in a way that makes sense, because ultimately, I think there's too many play-to-earn games out there that nobody would play if there wasn't a token behind it. And that means that once those incentives run out, that game is dead. So ultimately, I think fun has to come first. And that's something that's really big in our thesis, because ultimately, for me, these are 5-year plays. They're not 6-month flips. So really happy to back anybody that's building something unique there. And even if you take it away from games, Cookie 3 is a great final example. They do essentially a privacy-centric Google Analytics for the Metaverse and Web3. So if we already spend, let's say we spend 8 hours a day in the Metaverse, we're going to have advertising in the Metaverse. That would make sense, right? So you're going to have Metaverse native advertising, where already now, I think the combination of Cookie 3, ad shares, and Decentraland allows you to have targeted advertising in Decentraland. So that's pretty cool. So no matter what it is that you're building, as long as it touches the Metaverse, the digitally native world somehow, I would love to speak with you. And I think that's the final slide, right? If you want to reach out, the easiest way, just send your deck, send your invitation to research@hartmanncapital.com. As I said, we are actively every single month backing projects in the space that BGA covers, and really hope to get to know a couple more founders. And even if it's not a fit, always happy to give some feedback and advice if you're in the early stages.
Yeah, thank you very much, Felix. Thank you for the presentation. I find it always very valuable to know the strategy behind investments, investing in some projects, blockchain gaming, but other projects as well. And we really want to facilitate this relationship between the two in the BGA with physical meetups as well. So I know that's going to be some opportunity we'll be able to deploy as well, hopefully with you, Felix, as well. So yeah, thank you very much for the presentations. Happy to have you in the BGA. And thanks everyone. Thank you for the audience for being here today. And I will see you tomorrow for our demo day. So remember, NFT to win, some NFT and some prizes to win with all the demo we'll have on live. And yes, gentlemen, thank you very much again, and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you.